All right, Grandma, the entire stadium is watching. Just don't embarrass yourself, okay? Here's the ball. Here you go. Watch this, guys. She's about to four-hop this to the plate. Watch. Whoa, that's kind of cool. How'd you do that? How'd you do that? Oh my gosh, Grandma. I didn't know our grandma was actually Nolan Ryan. What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB Recap video, and man, oh man, do we have a lot of things to talk about today. But first and foremost, I want to say if you guys missed my first video up today, I will link it in both the description and the top comment, so make sure you guys go check it out because it's actually pretty funny. And I want to address the elephant in the room. No, I am not a Mets fan. If you guys take a look at the back, it has my name on it. The reason why is I actually flew out to the Little League World Series and they gave me this custom jersey for the Little League World Series Classic. So I'm not a Mets fan, I'm not a Yankees fan, I'm a baseball fan, but mainly I'm an Indians fan. But I'm wearing the jersey because we have to celebrate what's going on today. So those are the two bullet points that I wanted to mention before we got back into the stories, both from today and yesterday. But man, Sister Mary Jo has a cannon. And speaking of the Little League World Series Classic, all the players from the Phillies and the Mets, they have made it to Williamsport, and they ran into a fellow star. I'm not sure who's the bigger star though.
We're at Lamity Stadium, and look who I ran into.
I'm Big Al.
Big Al. And one thing that we really both love to do
is hit dingers.
So guys, in the comment section down below, I need your help. Would you rather meet your favorite baseball player or would you rather meet Big Al? Let me know down below. So we had a couple crazy games from yesterday. There was the Mariners and the Dodgers game. There was the Astros and the Athletics. But we're going to talk about the Dodgers game first. So Cody Bellinger hit an absolute bomb. But before we show that clip, because today again is a Little League World Series day to celebrate, we have to show you guys Cody Bellinger when he was playing for the Western team in the Little League World Series. So roll the tape. It's going to look a little bit fuzzy because it's from back in the day. But man, this was special.
Bellinger hits a high drive. Forget about this one. How far will it go? Oh my goodness.
And now if we hop back in the time machine from that home run to 2018, yeah, Cody Bellinger did this.
Bellinger hits a high drive. Forget about this one. How far will it go? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the belly bomb. So whenever Cody Bellinger hits a home run, they call it a belly bomb. And I think that might be his furthest one. I don't know the stat cast on this home run, but it almost went into the second deck. Now, a lot of people think that it barely left the field, but that's because it bounced off the actual, it's not a scoreboard, but the wall in right field and bounced all the way back. This thing was launched. I'm sorry to any Mariners fan that is out there watching right now, but we have to show another home run for the Dodgers-Mariners game. Max Muncy against Edwin Diaz, the best closer that I've seen in the last couple of years this season. Like this season, he is absolutely elite, almost 110 strikeouts already as a closer. That's ridiculous, and almost 50 saves. The guy's having an incredible season, but Max Muncy, he decided to ruin that just a little bit.
The 3-2. High fly ball to right field. He has done the unthinkable, tying the game with a home run against Diaz.
Now, I know I was picking on you Mariners fans for the last couple clips because Cody Bellinger hit a bomb, Max Muncy hit a bomb against Edwin Diaz, but you guys got the last laugh because a Dodgers pitcher, I don't even know his name, I probably should have looked that up, he lost the game because he balked. I haven't seen this in quite some time, but it was a walk-off balk. Let's check it out.
I think any fly ball to the outfield might do it. Whoa, game over. It's a balk, right? He steps off the mound. Floro. Valley saw it first.
That was a huge win for the Mariners, and that was a big loss for the Dodgers because so many teams in Major League Baseball, whether it's the AL or the NL, they're fighting for a wild card spot or the #1 spot in their division. So speaking of big games, the Athletics, their ace Trevor Cahill, he came in absolutely clutch for his squad yesterday. He went 7 innings and only gave up 1 hit against the Astros. The one thing I want to say about the Astros is they do have a lot of injuries, so I'm not sure if it's the Athletics playing really well or if the Astros unable to play at their best because all of their players are pretty much on the shelf. But yeah, they are now tied for the #1 spot in the AL West. Who would have thought?
Got him swinging. Breaking ball, Reddick fires his bat down. That's 6 strikeouts for Trevor Cahill. Got him. Nasty breaking ball from Cahill. And how good has Trevor Cahill been today? I think he and the A's are sniffing first place. Don't you, Dallas?
I smell it.
I am so excited and I feel so spoiled as a baseball fan that we get to witness what is happening right now in the AL West. Even the Cardinals just got a playoff spot, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Well, they don't have a playoff spot, but they're in the wild card race now. But man, there's so much to talk about. I love these recaps, and I know that you guys like them too. So let's just get into the next story because we have a Shohei clip.
찬스.
센터에伸びていったスクリーン
And I cannot imagine the hype level that there must be in Japan when people like Ichiro come over to the States and they hit a bunch of hits, and then you get Shohei hitting bombs and throwing 100 miles an hour. So I wish I could go to Japan and see these announcers live and see the fans live because I feel like they go even crazier than us. A lot of people say that baseball is America's pastime. I'm not sure if that's the same case anymore because football is really big, NBA is huge as well, but I always think baseball will be America's pastime. But over in Japan, I mean, that's like their sacred sport. Speaking of sacred, I think that this man, we have to do everything that we possibly can to keep this man out of harm's way. Jacob DeGrom, he threw a complete game. I'm not sure how many hits he gave up or anything like that, but check out these clips because he was throwing 98 miles an hour in the 9th inning.
And Williams takes a first pitch, 98-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike.
He is stoked.
And Williams fouls it back at 99. 0-2. Ground ball down to first, handled by Flores. He'll run to the bag, and the ball game is over.
I am proud to wear this jersey today because Jacob DeGrom, he almost reminds me of Corey Kluber from a couple of years ago. Whenever you see Jacob DeGrom go to pitch, he's a complete robot. There's zero emotion to him. He cracks a smile every now and then, and if his fielders make a bad error or anything like that, he actually shows some emotion. But when he's on the mound ready to throw a pitch, there is nothing getting in his way. So the fact that he has a 1.77 ERA, he now has about 206 strikeouts, so he's not anywhere close to Max Scherzer, but I have a feeling that even though he does not have the same amount of wins as Max Scherzer, Jacob DeGrom might be this year's NL Cy Young Award winner. But again, I'm not too sure. Max Scherzer is having a really good season as well, maybe his best season of all time, and so is Jacob DeGrom. So if you guys had to pick right now, would you rather have Max Scherzer or Jacob DeGrom as your starter? Let me know. So we have two little injury updates for you guys today. So Leonys Martin, if you guys don't know who that is, he was just traded from the Tigers to the Indians, and he's actually a pretty good player. I think he had a home run in his first game with the Indians, but he went down with a bacterial infection. He almost lost his life. So everyone was praying for him. All of the Indians players had his initials on their hats, but he is officially in stable condition. He actually was just released from the hospital. So thank the Lord. Thank you for everyone that's praying out there. And also one more quick update on the national sides. Steven Strasburg is officially off the DL and he is ready to try and make a comeback to see if the Nationals can make the playoffs. Bryce Harper is starting to swing really well. They have Juan Soto. They still got Max Scherzer. I feel like the Nationals can make a push if everything just comes together and it's the perfect storm, but it's going to take a lot of effort for them. Alright guys, so that pretty much wraps up the stories from yesterday and even today. We saw Big Al, we saw Sister Mary Jo, we saw a bunch of bombs from the Dodgers, we saw the Mariners walking off on a box. So now it's time to get into the nitty-gritty, the standings of Major League Baseball. And man, do we have so many updates to talk about. In the American League East, the Red Sox are still dominating. They're 10.5 games up of the Yankees, but the Red Sox might be the greatest team of all time in 2018, so I can't really fault the Yankees. The Yankees are still 31 games above 500, so Yankees fans, do not fret. You guys are all right. Greg Bird just hit a grand slam, so spoiler alert if you guys were recording the game. But in the NL Central, Twins are now down by 12 games. The AL West, they are now knotted up. The Astros and the Athletics are now tied for the lead in the AL West because the Astros, they're 3-7 in their last 10 games. The Athletics are 7-3. Now, one more note as well. The Mariners won yesterday, so they are 3.5 games back. So that's going to be pretty interesting to watch the rest of the season in terms of the AL West. Who's going to come out on top? If the Mariners, if they catch fire, who knows what they can do as well. In the National League, the Braves are only a half game up of the Phillies, and then we see down there that the Nationals are 7 games back. So again, Strasburg's coming back. Scherzer's doing his thing. Harper is on fire right now, so that could be a close division race going forward. The NL Central, oh man, the Cubs are now 4 games up of the Brewers. The Brewers are 3-7 in their last 10 games. The Cardinals are 9-1 in their last 10, and they're only 4 games out now, and I think they just secured a wild card spot just for the time being because Miles Mikolas, he's a dominant rookie right now. I think he made the All-Star team as well. So guys, Miles Mikolas, keep that name in mind because he is carrying the Cardinals right now along with Matt Carpenter. So the Cardinals are 4 games out, but they just made a wild card spot. And then in the NL West, West, the Diamondbacks are still playing very well. The Rockies are a half game out. The Dodgers are now 2 games out because they lost against the Mariners. So it is going to be an absolute blast as a baseball fan to watch the rest of the season. I cannot wait to see what we have in store for us, whether it's the NL West, the AL West, all these different divisions that are so close, the wild cards. I'll go over the wild card standings tomorrow because I want to kind of see how it works today because there's a lot of games happening today. But man, ooh, I feel spoiled. It's Christmas coming early, and that's gonna do it for me, guys. I'm so excited. I want to go watch more baseball because there's so much happening, and I gotta go make sure I don't miss out anything. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you missed my first video from today, I will link it in the description and the top comment. So go give some love to it. I worked pretty hard on it. I think it's kind of funny, and yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow for another MLB recap video. Peace out.